show. Junkies on 106.7 The Fan. Very happy to be joined right now in studio by comedian Jim Norton. He's in town to do 5 sold-out shows at the DC Improv. He basically has no reason to be here other than the fact that, for some reason, he likes us, and we love having him.
Thank you, Jimmy. That is very cool.
I'll tell you why I'm here, because I do radio, too, and I know the hatred you build up for someone that doesn't come when they have sold-out shows. Oh, well, you can come when you need tickets, so believe me, I don't mess with radio guys.
Oh, no, please. You don't have to come, but when you come, it's a pleasure.
We do appreciate
it. You know what I mean? You come because you want to come.
No, I love doing it. It's I hate guys that won't do the show. It's like, all right, you get it, you're sold out, but you still should come. It drives us crazy on
really?
Yeah,
well,
man.
now I'm going to be pissed. I hadn't thought of that. Now I'm going to be pissed.
Fans can be fickle. The next time you're touring, whether it's 6 months from now, a year from now, it might not be sold out. It might not be every ticket sold out. So you might want to spread that goodwill a bit.
Yeah, you never piss off the radio guys, like, because it's always it's the way it is. Is like when guys come in for a terrible movie, like, you know, you get certain A-listers that don't do press. Right. But like, hey, Willem Dafoe wants to come in. Oh wow, he has a bomb coming. We always know when we get certain guests that they have a dud. Like when we got Guy Ritchie, we're like, we know that movie's gonna stink because he would never come in.
We just heard Clooney is actually doing press junkets for the first time for this Monuments Men,
and it blows,
which is a terrible movie.
Right. They have to. It's almost like they want to get it out of the way before the word of mouth kills them. Like they want that first week hit to be great. So sometimes it works to the advantage. But you always know when there's garbage.
Did you watch any of Leno last night?
I didn't, man. I probably should have.
I didn't get a chance to watch it.
But you're a big Leno guy, right? He was always great to you.
He treated me very well. My first time on the show was like 2004. It was right before Opie and Anthony came back on after we got fired. So it was like I want to say September of '04. And Jay treated me really, really well. So I love him.
Apparently he got really emotional last night, which you expected.
Yeah, but he's usually not that guy. Like,
no, I know.
He doesn't let you in, really.
No, he comes in the green room and like literally all this crap would be happening and all this stuff with lawyers, and he's just like, "Hey man, what's going on?" You know, and he's very stoic, and that's why
he always wearing the same clothes. Like it always like the denim shirt and all that. Is it really like that?
And it's psychotic. In the green room, you go into to have your shirt steamed, and you see all of his clothes, and he'll have 30 of the same thing. Right? I'm like, that's a guy who likes a routine and gets into a routine, and that's one of the reasons I guess he did so well.
And he always still did like the weekend comedy, right?
Yeah, he went out and did shows. A lot of times on Fridays you tape earlier. Like instead of 4 to 5, you tape from 3 to 4 because he's flying to Vegas for gigs. And yeah, he never stopped doing.
Let me ask you this, because most love him or hate him, they have tremendous amount of respect for Jay's stand-up, right?
Yeah.
And I would never ask you to say anything bad, but when I watch him, it's so corny to me, in my personal opinion, for my taste. Not asking you to say. Why do comics love what Jay does? So why is he so great in many comics' eyes?
I think most comics, the comics that even don't like him, you have to respect the fact that his work ethic. Like, and I never have an issue with someone who doesn't like someone's humor. Because that's a very, very personal, you know, you like it. You know,
not that he's not funny. It's just, I don't know, it doesn't tickle me as much.
Absolutely. It was the comedians were killing him at one point, though, with this whole, when the Conan thing was happening, and that was kind of bugging me when comics were all over. I'm like, come on, dude, he treats us well. Like, he's the guy that actually comes into the green room and says hello to you. Right. And, you know, doesn't just give you a 5-second handshake at the end and then tell you to piss off. Like,
so does that imply the other guys don't?
No, I mean, they're not as interested, it seems. Like, you know, Fallon's a pretty genuine guy. I mean, like,
he seems like a good guy.
Letterman's colder, although he's, you know, that's just the way they do it over there. You know, the show is great. Like, doing the Ed Sullivan Theater is amazing. It's an amazing audience because it feels you're just doing stand-up in a theater. But, you know, you don't really talk to him.
What about Kimmel? Please tell me Kimmel's a decent guy.
Yeah, he's great. I mean, I only did his show one time, and I've actually seen him more outside. And, he's always friendly, and he's always
normal, good guy.
Yeah. I mean, none of them are jerks. You can't be in everybody's living room every night and be a complete douche. You have to have some kind of a good quality because people will sense it pretty fast if you're a creep. You know, so, you know, they've always been nice to me, but Jay, I think, was just treating me the best.
What is your guess as to what Jay's going to do? A lot of people say there's no way he can hang it up. This is what he does. He likes routine.
Plus, he was at the top of the ratings.
He's at the top of the ratings, killing it. He's no way he can hang it up, but he hasn't seemed to give any indication he's going to come back.
Right. No, I don't know what he wants to do, and I think his staff is going to get paid for a while, so he's not going to go do anything. I've heard CNN, but I wouldn't even ask him because I know he wouldn't tell me. Like,
I know, but what would your gut be? What would you think? How old is Jay now?
Jay is 60-something.
I mean, to me, when you've done that your whole life, he appears to love it. when you retire, just singles, death is the only next thing.
By
right?
the way,
so keep working.
CNN makes sense.
He's
Because
63.
Piers Morgan doesn't get ratings. They don't get any ratings.
CNN doesn't get any ratings.
You give him an hour, and he becomes like the new Larry King.
Well, aren't they wanting to they change to a little more entertainment? I heard CNN they're not happy with the way things are going. They want to get away from like the complete news thing. I don't know what he's going to do. He might. I always thought he was just going to not do a late show anymore, and he's just going to do like one-off specials on cars for just like things that he likes to do.
That would be fun.
But I don't know if he'll do that or not because he probably wants to go out and do gigs for a year.
He's still going to do Vegas, right?
Oh yeah,
He's still going to continue to do Vegas.
Yeah, last time I saw him was probably 2 weeks ago. Was my last one, and he said he's been actually just going out and doing gigs, and he had dinner with Artie Lang and all these people that he had never really hung out with. He's like, it's great just seeing comics that I like haven't hung out with ever. And getting to go on the road and just see these guys. So he's probably going to do that for a while.
Does he have a true agent, or does he negotiate?
I don't know.
I think he negotiates his own stuff, doesn't he?
I've heard that. Someone told me he actually would just talk to his writers and work out a deal, and he's very fair. And, he wouldn't undercut you. So I've always heard that he just negotiated directly with his own lawyer for his stuff, and then him directly with the writers.
Is that the dream? I would think we used to have Frank. I'm sure you had Frank Caliendo on the show many times, right?
Sure.
Great guy. And Frank, for a period of time, had that gig. Where was that? At the Pyramid, the
Luxor.
Luxor, right? He had I thought it was the Luxor.
No,
maybe
it was the
Mandalay.
Mandalay. Was it Mandalay? I walked through it and I saw his.
Whatever it was,
theater,
maybe it was Mandalay Bay. Whatever one, it was like,
Monte
oh my
Carlo,
god,
maybe?
Frank is
Monte
killing,
Carlo.
right? And is that the dream gig? Like to get that run, even if it's 6 months or 9 months or whatever it is.
I think
what's better than that?
I
As a
think
comic,
Caliendo was depressed. I think that he was bummed about it. Like the routine of it killed him because I think he was from Phoenix. And he would fly in and out. I wouldn't want to be in Vegas all the time. It would drive me nuts. There's just too much there. There's too much stimulation.
But isn't it the dream, like, money-wise, isn't that the gold mine, or no, am I wrong about
that? Get the residency in Vegas. That's a lot of money.
I would think that's the gold
Ask
mine.
Carrot Top.
Or Terry Fader.
Yeah,
Look
right?
at Terry Fader.
The ventriloquist guy?
$50 million deal or some massive deal. I don't know, honestly. It depends on how, like, for Louis, it wouldn't be. Or for Kevin Hart, it wouldn't be. Or even for Bill Burr. Now, these guys are drawing so big on the road. Vegas maybe could pay them that, but they don't need to be in the same location night after night after night. They can go out and make the same money.
Or you do it when your career is maybe on the down, like a Britney There's, and you just go there and lock in a $50 million deal or something. Do
you think Fallon's going to be super successful?
Oh yeah, I know he will be because there's something. First of all, he's got Lauren behind him, who he got U2 on the show. He got De Niro. He can get anybody. I don't know how Lorne Michaels does. He can get anybody on the show. So they'll get great guests. And Jimmy's just like a likable, nice guy. He's not
also,
fake.
by the way, super talented. Like blows me away.
But that's who he really is. Like he really is. Like he came on Opie and Anthony, and he goes, "Hey man, come on, I'd love to have you on the show." And I never pursue stuff like that because I figure people just being polite.
Yes.
And then the next time I saw him, like 2 years later, he's like, "How come you never came on the show? I'm like, "All right." And then I try it, and they gave me a date immediately. Like he's just a very genuine dude, so I think he'll be very successful.
Really likable, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, man. But it's
likable.
real. It's like there's so many people like that you say hello to, and then you know that they're never going to remember you. Like I can't tell you how many people we've interviewed that I see them a week later and they're like, "Oh, hi," like I'm just some creep in the men's room. It's like, "Hey, dummy, I helped you push a lousy project.
Yeah,
could you at least be pleasant?"
Right, but I always have the low self-esteem, and I think, well, they probably don't remember me. You know what I mean? Do you feel that way or no?
Oh, and I'm right. They don't remember me. I saw Larry King. I did a Friars Roast. We've been with Larry King maybe 3 or 4 times in studio. I've literally spent a couple of hours with this man talking about Marlon Brando, and I see him at the Friars last week for the Boomer Roast. And he's like, and he just walks through, and I knew he had zero memory of it. Zero memory. And I'm like,
he's old.
Right.
That's true. He is
You can
ancient,
maybe give him a pass.
But there's been other guys where, and I can't even say that they're being scumbag because they just don't remember me. It's not like they remember me and are rejecting me. They just have zero memory of having said it. So it kind of kills you as a radio guy.
But Fallon amazes me when he does those songs. Like he does those songs with like the Roots and Mariah Carey. He was doing that stuff on NBC. I mean, he's playing guitar with
his
with
talent
Bruce.
is off the charts.
I mean, he's unbelievable,
right?
He did it with McCartney. He told us the McCartney story where they sang Yesterday, whatever Scrambled Eggs, which was like the original lyrics. And he said McCartney didn't want to do it at first. He walked in and McCartney's like, "Well, we'll just talk and have a chat. I don't want to do any." And then
Thought it would be like beneath him, maybe.
Well, he's probably seen so many awful bits thrown at him over the years. He's just,
he's over it. He's over that.
He can announce a spur of the moment concert in like 42nd Street and get people there. Like he's McCartney.
It's incredible.
And but Fallon's like, no, let me show you what I want to do. And he actually had the guts to go through it. And
Can you imagine?
And he wound up liking it. I'm like, what balls to sit McCartney there and go, no, I want to do this bit. Just hear it out. And McCartney did the bit.
I think it takes balls to do it in front of Justin Timberlake, let alone Paul McCartney. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, people just love Jimmy Fallon, man. So
I think you're right. I think he's gonna kill.
We're joined in studio by Jim Norton. He's at the DC Improv, 5 sold-out shows. He was brought here by ChariotsForHire.com. I want to thank them. If you need any limo transport, that is a great spot to go. After you're done here in DC, you're going to go up to the Borgata. You have sold-out shows there. Yeah. How great is it to drive? You'll probably fly in, but if you're driving down, the AC Expressway, and then you see your face up on a big giant Borgata billboard,
you're pitching a tent.
I'm playing 3 sold-out shows
a tent, right? That's
at an amazing venue like the Borgata.
Right?
That's got to be great. It's got to feel great.
2 are sold out. The Late Show we're still working on. But yeah, it's a really great feeling when you see it because you feel like the venue at least put money into getting you advertised.
Yeah.
And I won't fly in. I'll drive in. I took a train here. We don't.
Do you take pictures? We had one period of time where we had a billboard campaign. And I would drive by all of and I would go, click.
Absolutely. I try to get people to send me pictures. Believe me, I know that there will be a long time when I have no billboards.
Yeah, remember it.
Absolutely. Get them, look at them, and go, wow, it's kind of nice that people advertise.
That actually happened in my life.
Yeah, and you feel good when someone puts money into, saying, hey, this guy's going to be there. But this way. But then if tickets don't sell, you feel like I really suck.
It's a weird mix, too, because, you'll see your billboard, and then 500 yards down, you'll see the Temptations. Somebody acts that are in their 70s that are still doing gigs. It's got to be kind of weird. I'm relevant at this point. I'm big, and then the Temptations are playing right down the street. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's a very weird mix in casinos. Like Vegas has that, AC has that. I imagine Reno does, or these other places, because there's every casino. One week you'll have, again, a comedian. Billy Crystal will be there one week, and then, Dave Grohl the next week. It's the weirdest combinations of people. As long as you have money to throw into the slots, they'll put you in a casino.
What'd you think of the Seinfeld? I don't know if you saw it, the Seinfeld commercial during the Super Bowl.
I never really watched Seinfeld. I saw that, and I didn't care about it because I never really watched the show. So, I mean, I've seen moments of Seinfeld, but I've never actually sat and watched an entire episode.
Were you anti-Seinfeld?
No, not at all. I was just doing gigs. But that was in the mid-'90s, early '90s, and I started in 1990. I was always out doing shows, and so I just didn't watch anything. Like Friends, I've seen 1 or 2 of. I just have zero knowledge of almost any '90s television.
Do you know him?
Jerry, yeah, I know him casually. Like we chat if I see him.
Nice guy.
Yeah, man. He's. I love the fact that this idiot asked about why have you only had white people on your show. And meanwhile, and Seinfeld's just putting his friends on, guys he came up with, and this dummy asks that question, and Seinfeld got annoyed. You don't see him get too irritated over social things,
right?
And I was glad to see him kind of snap at that guy and genuinely get irritated.
Well, I actually heard Stern talk about this, and he said, look, we book guests on the show. I don't go, give me the hot black guy.
Right.
Give me the hot woman. You give me the hot guy. That's that's how you do it.
Yeah,
it's crazy. It's not a census, I think, as Jerry said.
Yeah, but and this is why people are so intellectually dishonest, because they act like, well, is he saying African Americans aren't fun? Does any reasonable person think that's what he's saying? Like, how much do people need attention that they have to try to make what you say into some type of a cause so they can then have a platform? It's fake. Seinfeld is not it's just dumb to even have to say that. He's just having his buddies on.
He had that brother lawyer on for a while
on
the show. the Johnny Cochran character.
Oh, what was
I'm sure black guys aren't funny, by the way.
What was his name?
Murphy?
Jackie.
No, he's talking about the comedians in cars.
Jackie Chiles.
Okay.
Yes.
Jackie Styles.
The internet thing.
No, you're talking about Jackie Styles.
I'm talking about the Seinfeld.
You're talking about Seinfeld. Jimmy's talking about the comedians in cars.
Comedians in cars. The guest that he's booked.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Like he's had, he had
Chris Rock.
Of course. Well, Chris and one of his old friends.
Sarah Silverman.
Mario Joyner's a friend of his. He said Carl Reiner, and that's another one I don't watch. I'm just aware of it because Opie is obsessed with it. So, we talk about it in the morning.
Opie likes it?
Loves it.
Yeah,
loves
I like it. I think it's fantastic.
Our producer loves it. I just haven't watched it. I don't like to watch other comedians doing stuff that I want to do. Like, I don't want to see Todd Barry hang out with Seinfeld. Why? Because I want to hang out with Seinfeld.
Right, just get you pissed.
Yeah. Now, you came in here wearing a UFC shirt,
brother.
and I was looking at your Twitter. You're big on the UFC
Love
now.
it, man. Love it.
You got to pop on the latest broadcast where they said Jim Norton was en route to UFC 169. I can't keep track of all the numbers.
Yes, this was the Uriah Faber one, and someone told me Joe gave me because we had Joe on the morning before. So
give you a shout out.
Yeah. I couldn't hear because I was in the venue, but it was nice. I love it, man. I love watching it. They're the nicest athletes.
They are.
So many athletes I've
They'll
interviewed.
Hang out with you afterwards, or I know when we went there for a bachelor party. I can't remember which UFC it was, but. And, part of it is they're getting paid, but they all had events afterwards, but they're accessible. They're nice guys until you try to invade their homes in the middle of the night. You make the worst decision of your life. And I can't remember the guy's name, but I think there was a story
Did he kill the guy?
I think he disarmed the guy or two guys with guns and gave him the beat down.
Oh, wow.
Killed him, yeah.
He killed him, I think, right? Or no?
I don't know if he killed him, but they're not walking straight.
And you're well within your rights to do that if somebody's coming in your house with a gun.
What's the best UFC fight that you've been to? Any of them jump out at you? So many good ones. I guess. Not that I'm a big, huge fan, but
John Jones against Shogun was a great one when he won the title. I think that was actually in Jersey.
Do you like him? We had him in studio. I was blown away by him.
Yes, I like him a lot.
I thought he was a great guy.
Yeah, he is. He's a young champion, considered one of the best in the world, and he's fairly humble considering how famous and I always get them to do those stupid moves on me. I literally like them to try it. Right. And Jones hurt me the most though. He put a shin into my thigh. And I almost vomited. Like, the pain was so bad. I really thought I was going to pass out. I went to the bathroom and splashed cold water on my face.
Was it Rashad Evans? Is that the name?
Rashad, yeah.
Yeah. Did he like punch you in the face or what did he do?
No, none of them do that. And I don't do it. I really don't do it like to be Zucro-ish.
He did something that hurt though. I remember from watching it on YouTube.
I'm very curious. I've had them all do it. Cain Velasquez has choked me. I've had Fedor choke me, and
blood choke, like pass out choke.
No, I stop it. I just want to see how helpless you can feel, and it really is.
How long does it take to stop?
Probably 3 seconds or like when a guy like that strong puts your neck in, you're like, I'm an absolute, I'm a rape victim.
Have you been
I'm helpless.
You've had an armbar then?
Oh yeah, the first one ever done was BJ Penn after he lost the title. We had him in studio, and I was just curious as to what that feels like. Right. And we were in like raised up chairs, and he was all bruised up.
1 second, right?
Locked me up in a chair, and I was amazed that it pulled
Feels like it's gonna break your arm.
It felt like it was gonna break your arm, but it pulled me in 2 directions.
I would be scared of that.
I'm glad I'm not that curious, EB.
I'm not as curious as Jim Norton is.
But you respect it a lot more when you realize how like that really hurts.
But they know how far to push it.
Yeah. Like when they saw I got like a real tent in the front of the pants.
You think you're gonna die? They think that's right.
All right, don't go anywhere. You're staying, right?
Yes, I'm staying.
He's at DC Improv all weekend. Need to thank Chariots for Hire for providing the ride. Come back with more Jim Norton.